Hi guys, how you doing? Okay, I definitely want to do this video because I think that this last part of typographic art form, part two of the project, needs to be a little bit of demonstration. Okay, so it's a really easy assignment. I'm not even going to go through part one research because it's pretty much self-explanatory, but I do want to look at part two, typographic art form. All right, so basically in part one, you're going to write your report. Okay, now what you're going to do after you complete your research paper, and this is your research paper right here. It's all described in part one research. Okay, after you complete your research paper, you're gonna make a duplicate copy of it on a letter size paper. Okay, so you'll type it, you'll print it out on an 8.5 by 11. All right. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that 8.5 by 11 and you're gonna cut it lengthwise with scissors into 1/2 inch strips. Okay. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a word out of those strips of paper. So, for example, and to decide the word, that's up to you. I mean, it's going to be part of your research, and you're going to have to describe what the meaning is behind your word. But for example, here, the work of Paula Scher is more diverse than that of Frederick Goudy, so you could use the word fluid to describe her work. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 1/2 inch strips, okay, and I've mocked some strips up right here, and you're going to create the word fluid out of these strips. So, for example, you could fold them, and you could use tape or glue. You could fold them into a cursive F, okay, and then L, and then a U, and then an I, and then a D. Okay, I know it's hard to see. Okay, I know it's really, really hard to see, but imagine that as your D. Okay, and then what you'll do is photograph those. So I would you could use cursive. You can tape these. You can assemble the word any way you want as long as you're using these 1/2 inch strips. So I could create an F, a regular F by doing something like this. I'll fold it like that, and I'll fold that like that. Okay. Well, wait a second. That would be like. There's my F. Can you see that? F. Then we could take the L. There's an L. And then a U. Okay. And what I would do from that point is I would take them and I would take the letter forms and I would assemble them on some sort of a backdrop. So there would be the U, and then the F and the L would be, and then lay them out like that and photograph it. Now, don't forget that your report's going to be on this, your research writing is going to be right on these strips. So then you would get in here and photograph it and try to be creative when photographing it. For example, you could use the shadow, like if you put a light over on this side to create a shadow that would help you define the word fluid from the strips. But the idea here is to be as creative as you possibly can. But I just definitely want to, for those of you reading this going, cut 1/2 inch strips. Am I reading this right? Yes, you are. These are the strips you'll use to assemble your letters. You can use tape or glue. I don't care. Just make it cool, you know what I mean? And really, really try to get creative with the way you photograph it. Like I said, a really neat way to photograph it would be like, okay, so here's your cursive F. Or somehow create this, your F, and then lay it down and use the shadow to maybe enhance the word fluid, okay? Hope that makes sense, guys, but I just wanted to describe that to you because, yes, you are reading right. Cut 1/2 inch strips and create a word out of them. All right? Hope that helps, guys. If any questions, you know I'm right here. Thanks.